Why push your daughter or your son into marriage if you've not raised them to know and understand what marriage is all about? So the problem begins from
if baby was your daughter going into marriage,
I am his daughter.
Yes.
like I'm okay.
Say if
like,
baby gets married, if your daughter gets married,
what
going into
going into marriage? I mean, knowing baby, what would be the 3 nuggets of wisdom you will share
I
with
wouldn't
him?
try giving her any nugget if I have not prepared her to grow
Wow.
to be a wife.
Wow. Wow.
you should be having a preparation from the beginning.
Yeah.
So
that's powerful.
I should have raised her not only to be independent, but to be a mother, a sister, a friend, a wife, and a daughter.
A mother,
A sister, a friend, a wife, and a daughter.
A daughter.
Thank God, not an auntie. I don't like auntie.
You don't like
So
auntie.
why push your daughter or your son into marriage if you've not raised them to know and understand what marriage is all about? So the problem begins from the upbringing. Did you raise that daughter to think marriage is the ultimate? Marriage is the all in all. My daughter, go and all your problems will be solved. Did you raise your son to think, oh, going into marriage means then you're going to have a slave to serve you? So it's the foundation, the purpose, why do you want to marry? Why do you need a car? Why do you need a house? So we need to answer all these questions. And unfortunately, society is making it look like marriage is the ultimate. If you are married, then yeah, oh shit. If you are not married, be out of fun. And so, like I said, I wouldn't give any daughter of mine an advice as to what to do in marriage if I have not already prepared her when she was growing.
But please, let me ask this first. In our upbringing, in the home, the setting, I like what you said, that there's preparation. You have to prepare the child from the start.
Yeah.
What will berima? What will oba? That means, no, the training, no, is a different from berima and oba.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, different from berima and oba, because berima oba kwa wari, berima so wari. So we are all in it together. Yeah, so the preparation, how is it like? Is it that way? In some homes, the man is considered as, he doesn't do any house chores. Yenchire no onfa ne nsan ka ade because ne sister wo ho, ne sister be ye bibia.
In fact, the stability of every nation is, I think, 75, if I'm not mistaken, percent dependent on the stability of marriages in that nation.
Okay. How so?
Let's face facts. When marriages are stable, fathers will go to work with a peaceful mind.
Correct.
Mothers will go to work not being scared and looking over their shoulders.
With a joyful heart.
Daddy is in a hurry to come home, not house. So the stability of a nation is dependent on the stability of marriages. So if the home is okay, the son will be learning, the daughter will be learning. Common observation, how daddy relates to mommy. I have told you here before, no daughter of mine would live on her own until she's married. It doesn't matter how old you are.
Wow.
You live under my roof.
Is there something to
No
add?
son of mine would live on his own. It doesn't matter whether you are working, work, make your money. You get out the moment you marry. You have 3 months to stay. You get out when you marry. You see, every institution has rules and regulations governing it. When you break any of those rules, you break the quality and the purpose of it. You can't break the marital rules and claim marriages must work. We're breaking it left, right, front, and back. Even the reasons for getting into it. Some are escaping too much of them in one room. So she wants to marry and be free. Just almost doors will die back. It's roof rats be bra happy. Just so. Thank you. Someone is looking for someone to pay the rent, the water, the light, and everything bill. But is that God's purpose for it? But do you know that before religion came, our ancestors were marrying?
Yes.
Was their marriages working?
Yes.
So the principle of marriage is not dependent on the religions that we have, but they are dependent on purpose of creation and procreation. So if we know why God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, then we will follow the principles governing marriage. Where is the position for the woman and where is the position for the man? It doesn't matter how you transgender yourself. A woman is a woman. A man is a man. When you die, after many years, and archaeologists come to dig your bone, they will find the genes of a woman in you because you're a woman. And they will find the genes of a man in you because you're a man. The purpose, why do you want to marry, is what we must first ask.
So the purpose, the first is for creation, procreation. Now, when people decide, especially, let's talk about the young folks. Like you said, our ancestors were marrying already, probably even younger, but then it was still working. Like I was saying, say a name, Wariabofra, Emma, Berima Bia. You know, there are so many rules and there's laws. There are laws. You know, they call it this, a chronic near defilement, blah, 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 a whole lot of things. Teenage pregnancy, a whole lot of things.
But the Bible says there was no sin until the law came. I don't want to sound like a theologian here.
I get what you're saying.
So law
make
brought
certain
it out.
things sin. Laws, right?
Thank you.
Okay, so my question is, and then the interesting part is, with the laws bringing all these things out, saying,
Has it solved it? Has the law solved it?
It's not solved it. Now, the interesting part of the conversation today is about the young people that are getting married. It's not even underage anymore. Above 18, let me say it that way, and make that decision to get married. And then you were explaining, say, and sana obi krabe kwa wari anasa one kasa krade oba ebe ma wari can be male or female, no. It was so nyasa into marriage, no, education, no, from the home. It started to now from the home. And I make us send yet to berima. No when you worry, send yet to oba.
Okay.
Now when you worry.
Okay. Now, in raising a man, you must teach him to learn to manage all nonsense.
Okay. Who is giving the nonsense?
Baby, I don't like that.
Remember when you say manage all nonsense?
Manage all nonsense.
So who is giving the nonsense?
M-A-N.
That is man.
Oh, I didn't even get that part.
Man.
Okay.
Manage all nonsense.
Including the ones that are coming from you, the man.
Learn to manage it all. Now, when God created man, Adam. Have you asked yourself, why did he bring everything to Adam to name before creating the woman? Everything was named by the man. Then he came to say that it is not good for the man to be alone. Why? So the man wouldn't call the woman a cow.
Okay.
So he's already named a cow. So you must understand why she is a woman. So in training a man, the first thing you must let him know is to take responsibility.
Okay.
2, be dependable,
Okay.
reliable, confident, able to make something out of nothing.
All right.
Make that son understand that life is not lottery for you to stick some numbers to get 1,000 times what you put in. For whatever a man soweth, so shall he. So you raise your man to know how to work and expect an equal benefit from what he has invested. Then greed will be dealt with.
This is good.
When you raise your son that way, he will learn how to respect, because putting all that I have mentioned together raises a respectable gentleman.
Yes.
Yes.
And that is where he will not look for his mother in his wife.
It's so terrible. Huh?
Well, this is
But do you
deep.
know why that happens? Because wives don't see kings in their husbands. So they don't raise princes. They see husbands, so they raise sons. And when you raise a son, he will be inward looking. But when you raise a prince, he is a potential king. So he will be outward looking, looking at a larger covering than the small covering. So it is 50-50. Now, when you raise your son that way, then you also raise your daughter, having taught the son that you must be dependable. Your daughter must be raised to know what to do. So when she depends on the man, provision will come. Because if you don't do the right thing, you can't depend on me.
So it's a cycle.
So it is like this. You do what you have to do to encourage, motivate, and push me to do what I have to do, to fill you with what you need. So you keep doing what you have to do, and then I keep doing what. But we don't do that now. Truth be told, of what use is marriage when the women are now doing the men's work and the men are doing the women's work? Of what use is marriage then?
Inti ya wani ya ye together and ya wo obia dia.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Thank you. When growing up, when you meet a married woman, you can tell. Today, can you?
No.
Thank you.
Some.
No, I'll say 85. And I have a serious challenge.
Kawan Hotel.
Kawa. They will tell you are wearing the ring, but somebody has the heart.
It's true.
So of what use? In fact, I counsel and I hear things. You understand? So when it comes to the young going into marriage, most of them peer pressure. They are 6 friends.
They be a maid of honor.
She's been the maid of honor to the 5. She's the 6th one. And the first one cry mienu. The third one so ubaku. Ba obi a wo baku mienu and no dear on worry. So or pentama worry to prove a point. Say or no so or your beer. You know, that is the name. And yet obia is beer ekone. This is one of the unique ones.
Obia.
Beer.
Obia.
Okay.
Ona.
All right.
So anie kojibo. Iye beer. Obra bobo no mama nkrofo aka de o it's on yebia. So there are things when it is okay to copy, but copyright.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately,
We don't.
We don't copyright.
do we even understand copy?
So one is the peer pressure
Peer
that is
pressure.
engulfing men and women. You
Now,
understand?
most of the times, I can tell you from where I am,
that women,
pastors even do so.
they push the
We
women.
put pressure. Is it why push someone to marry because he got her pregnant?
I've been asking that question for a long time.
If it is wrong, it is wrong. You can't correct it. Start all over. For all you know, that mistake does not mean they should be couple. Unfortunately, many have ended up getting married because there was that.
There was pregnancy.
And they realized after they I do
They were
that
not
no,
meant.
they were not meant to be. And what is meant to be is not determined by how long you court. Courtship has nothing to do with how lasting a marriage will be.
Have you heard for sometimes that, you know, people will say that, oh, menina, Sabio, let me use the bad
No.
word. You know, menina, trimpna, Sabio, menina, trimpna, 8 years. It's a
Enye
worry.
Jimmy, Sebi. Enye Jimmy.
7 years.
7 years. 366 times 7. Uti anye ye na leap year ba mu a.
I don't know whether this is
There's a lot of days.
7. What at all is, look, marriage is meant for confident men, not men that are good in bed.
Let me ask the question of comfortability. They say you are not you need to know.
That word, the compatibility.
Compatibility.
You're compatible. You're compatible.
7 years, no more you're compatible. Maybe I'm in because.
Yeah.
Yeah, the question around that.
You see, when you look at the upbringing of Jacob and the upbringing of Rachel, they are different. Because Jacob, your mama bow.
Yeah.
And Rachel is a hard nut, a woman shepherd. She was going to the well, fetch water, to quench the thirst of the father's flock, a flock that she's carried them through the wilderness. So look at this, Mama Ba, so when you talk about compatibility, can I tell you something?
Please.
We use that word in search of love.
When we are searching for love,
We don't use it in search of need. Because if you have something that I need, I'll not check whether we are compatible.
but yeah,
Thank you. And you don't marry the man you love or the woman you love. Marriage, you see, God did not make the woman for the man because they are in love. But because something was not good, and somebody had to come make it good.
So there
please
was a
let me
need.
ask this question then.
There was a
Before
need.
me read my feet.
There was a need.
Before me read my feet. So you've made a point that is really rare. People don't really get it. So people go and say, "Oh, we're in love, so we're getting married." Others marry because of the need, you know, and the need and the
And which is the correct way to marry?
need.
Need.
Marry for
and
need.
no love.
Now,
What you need,
B,
you love
tell
anyway.
me the truth. Can you really define love?
No, for me,
No book on earth
I can't.
can define, because only God is love.
So, people, I have realized, you know, in my friends, I have realized. Let me talk
You see,
about
to
it.
the woman, when, you see, can I be frank here?
All right.
Please.
All right. No woman has love.
Yeah.
Hey, Frankie, dear.
You know why?
Yeah.
To the woman, when you make them responsible, they think it's love. Give her the right to tell you what to wear, what to eat,
Oh, but that
where
is
to
love.
go.
It's love.
No, but that's the thing.
If
If
the
that is
control.
love, where did it go when the first baby came?
Huh?
So immediately after the first baby, that thing shifts because the baby becomes more dependent on her.
On her.
So anything that is dependent on her, she immediately channels the attention.
To the baby
So to the
needs.
woman's service is love.
So
that is
neediness.
why it says the women should submit. Serve. When you give her the right to serve, and then it is love.
But it's like women don't want to hear the word submissive. But
no.
In this
But
times,
do you know that naturally,
Women
service comes out of women without struggle because they have been programmed to do that. You see, education will give you a lesson and test you at the end.
Okay, yeah.
But life will test you and give you a lesson.
So what I'm saying is people, even our day-to-day meeting people, strange people, and you meet them once, and when you meet them once, probably, let me use the word, you have no need for them really. You have no need for them really. But as time goes on, you can't say, I love the person. You know, when I was trying to say, he's not my friend, because me,
Darling,
I try to.
Let me work something out. If you know who you are, you will know what you need.
Yes, but
and
I'm saying, does it
if you meet
grow?
someone with what you need, it's like that.
Okay, so when does that love factor grow?
The love, let me simplify it. The love is when the relationship gets to a point where telepathy is the order of the day.
When what? I am concluding your words? Because
the very moment I think of something you've thought, just when I'm about saying something, you say it. I want to wear blue, then you also say, "Nee, wear blue." That is when, because
so that's what we
love
that's
does not separate. Love is one. Love does not. So before you think, I've thought. So when you tell me, honey, can you wear that shoes? I've already thought of.
Because
that
you've
is
gotten
when
to
we
know.
call it that. So love is a product of knowledge. Are you getting me?
okay.
That is it. Don't let us define it with one word. A feeling you feel. When you feel, you are feeling a feeling you've never felt before. Is that love?
I don't know what feeling.
Tinka?
No, what I'm saying is that when you get to what I'm getting out of all you're saying is you find a need and then you fulfill that need. And it's true on a level for me because se uhie bribi na ukopesa de krona uhia no na wo de bafie, you know, wo de bafie, and then you start treating that thing because it's just like having a pet. You need, let's say women, we need, I want a poodle. And then I need a poodle. For whatever reason, I have too many people. I need a poodle.
Are you trying to make a request for something?
Yes, please. Papa.
Okay.
So I need a poodle. And the Papa buys me a poodle.
Well, viewers, you heard her.
The Papa buys me a poodle. And the Papa buys me a poodle.
Yeah.
And then the Papa buys me a poodle. And then you see, that's what you need. Oh, I'm bored. I need. You know, you feed it. You take care of it, you take it to the vet, you do, and you begin to grow that love for it.
Let me break
because
something
of that
here.
need.
You need a poodle. And Papa buys you
A poodle.
What you need is not the poodle.
Okay.
Can I help you?
Yes.
What you need is the ability to own a poodle. Which is the money that bought the poodle.
The need.
There was something in the man that he did not know. It took the woman to bring that thing out. So to bring the rest out, you need the woman constantly to keep helping you, bringing things that are in you that you cannot see.
Can that be found during courtship?
Then why does it take 7 years if it has been found?
Because then if there's a need and we're looking for
Then during courtship, you break some rules that will blind you in the discovery of those things in you.
Okay. Now we are having a conversation.
So courtship is not advised?
It is a recipe for disaster. Let me tell you, my brother, I say this always. I met mommy within 3 months we were married. Because just mean to me, I can't pretend to be holy. I can't pretend to be. You see, can we break this mind thing
Let us
of,
break
oh,
it.
me, I am this, I am that. To droni jenka. That is why the Bible never said that one you should pray and fast. He said flee.
Flee.
So you can't tell me, say you will court for even 4 years and not know each other. Peg, kiss, play romance or something. No.
And that is
Well,
what blinds.
if you can, God bless you. Me, I can't. So
that is
within
what
3
blinds,
months,
and that is what blinds. You know the
that
knowledge.
it breaks the foundation of trust.
Okay.
It breaks the foundation of trust. How? Simple. We are all Christians. We know that you shouldn't do before marrying, and we are doing. What other thing would you break?
You break everything.
So, Papa, please tell me this. If that be the case, where courting 7 years ago, I don't even get it. And you meet somebody and then you have a need. How do you then, because me and court for that long and
Within the 3
how do you
months,
meet somebody and instantly
within the 3
you
months
know
that
you
I
can
met
marry this
mommy,
person?
I didn't like tucking in my shirts.
Okay.
I didn't like tie. No, Mimpe. And you know, the state in which you were raised can let you adopt a lifestyle thinking that is the best. Like I was talking about Jacob and Rachel. Between me and her, I wouldn't say I'm the Jacob because where I am coming from, Nipa film,
You were the Rachel.
Charlie, me. You know, and where she's coming from a place where they know breakfast, where they say daddy and mommy, where they drive them to school. You understand? And I'm coming from a place you walk 2-3 miles before you get to school. I'm coming from a place you don't take breakfast, you take brunch. Combination of breakfast and lunch. I'm coming from a place where if you are not lucky and you take the brunch between 1:30, you will sleep with it. I'm coming from a place that Monsieur Bofrotusa, Monsieur a mascafi, any bodies, your friend of bodies. When I'm going to say bodies. Because you know the first when you put it on, it gives you the body. You know, and obia waton bofrot, aton chofi, aton wache, aton beans, yokegali, and all that. And she's coming from a place where, you know, you can imagine.
Yeah, the difference.
If we are to court, compatibility is out. Because my upbringing and her upbringing. But it is God who is bringing you together. He has planted something on the inside of you, not the outside, to complement each other. If she is the one you need, go for. If he is the one, go for.
What was your need?
Did I even know my need?
Let's
It wasn't a need. It was, how do I put it? Okay, mine was the ability to believe in what I had.
Oh, okay, like this is the one.
I knew what I had, but I didn't believe in it. Because of where I'm coming from. Oh, no, Fiona, what's all here about Shuishi? You understand? And then the first day we spoke, what she said got me angry. So angry, I said, not again. I walked straight to her. I said, good evening. She said, good evening. What can I? She looked at me like, just like your height. She's like, can I help you? I said, yeah. I want to marry you. Will you marry me? No. You see your face. You don't want the truth. If you are meant to be, truth will be the order of the day. Young girls of today want sweet words. Go on your knees and present me a flower. Is that real?
Well,
is
but
that
you can't
true?
see me on the street and say you want to marry me.
What is your ultimate goal? To be a wife.
So you see me on the street.
And what makes you a wife?
Getting married.
No, but you see me on the streets and I don't know you and you say you want to marry me. You might have seen something. What did you see?
So why don't you ask me that?
Yes. So what made you angry?
She looked at me and said, "You're not my type."
Thank you.
Now, not being her type does not mean you are not or you can't be my husband. She's talking from the flesh, not God's plan. Many women have lost their potential husbands by this utterance. And today they see them and only put up expressions of regret. I said, okay, how many men will hear this and do what I did? I didn't
That's
say
the
anything.
question.
I said, wow. And when I wasn't a believer, a woman will not say that to me and go free. And now here I am, a Christian, a believer, and my first attempt, it hits me, bam.
Slammed on your face.
Charlie.
Was it about the tie and the
I
tackling
think,
issue?
one, she said she didn't like gas.
Oh, okay.
Two, I was too slim. And yet now my below you.
Obolo.
I show Papa. you know, not only that. And she said I was too raw.
Raw pop.
You know, she wanted me to be, you know, those guys, you know what I'm talking about, to
No,
be
Papa.
diplomatic and, you know, those guys that will check, they will make sure that the belt color matches with the
Your
shoes.
shoe.
The Yehovah.
Aligned with your button.
Thank you. Check the very rich people if they have time for those things.
They don't.
But they have been through.
Very, very, very rich people don't even have six-pack. So when she said it, I said to myself, come on, this is not to bring you down. Because no woman has ever said that to me. So I went back and I checked myself. It was a Tuesday. And I began to pray. Lord, I said I wasn't going to marry again. But this time you spoke and I have taken the step. I'm not taking no for an answer. Friday I was at work and she called.
What's your number?
I didn't share my number. My number was open in the church. International Bible Worship Center. Now Royal House Chapel. I had a call. I didn't even know. Good afternoon, Bra Abraham. I said, yeah. Who is this? She said, Kafui. I
Brother
said, which of
Abraham
the...
and Sister Kafui.
Which of the Kafuis? She said, oh, the usher. I said, which of the usher? She said, oh, Gloria, the one. I said, hey, what can I do you for? I told me like, and then she said, oh, about what we discussed. No, excuse me, lady, it wasn't a discussion.
You
Yeah,
said
not my
it was.
type, was
You
it?
see how women...
You told her it wasn't a discussion.
No, I didn't. But
Okay.
at the end of the no the ban me pay to no baby. I said, yeah, so what about that? She said, I'm calling to tell you. I'm sorry about what I said. I accept. Woo! That's all.
You know,
And within 3 months, we were married.
Okay, so I take it that now we go back to the start that women are being prepared, for marriage. Not that but the home training, the way you basically fatty or better money or bar Emma with certain traits, naturally certain traits. And so now be rescue them crano. You are curious, you know what to do and what not to do. Ain't when two people like that who have that training meet, it is easier for them to know what they want. Because now all this thing we are talking about, that's what I'm learning from it. Because then if you are trained in a certain way, obia sabio onyantete pache wo mamuntwe manu nsi boni obia sabio onyantete na ontimi ensan na chi enkonko kase kafra na mekan no manka ne yie. You understand? It is only someone who probably has gone through a certain type of home training and has a knowledge be and otimi hu say asama mekan na manka ne I'm going to apologize. And then through that apology, it brings out a certain opportunity or then a sudden opening. Obi wo hono ma wonim se ne kakafra, obi wo ho wonim ni na ka because when you get, I have realized that even when you live with someone, oni wadanfo etifie baako mu. Me fa sa mo han dan po, mo ye mienu na mo han dan a ebedu baabi mo beko. Because to live with someone, menko, also wonko. and then to live with someone for a while. Only suba different. Also suba different. I've never met any of my married friends, Papa, that I said, say, you know, minimi kunkonda.
Atro.
You fight.
Let me tell you something. And Tokowa Wadiamo is not meant to separate you. Spices. The day we fight at home, you know, men have their way of apologizing that women don't know. Only a few do.
Yeah.
And women also have their way of apologizing
The men don't know.
that men don't know. Now, let me show you something. If you are not coming from a home that you had this training, still underneath who you are, there is a desire to marry. So why not prepare? Marriage is not for show. Marriage is work, 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 work. Don't sing the song.
Work, 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 work. Work, work, work.
You see, people think marriage is a place of escape.
It's not.
Your husband is your firstborn baby boy. Your wife is your firstborn baby girl. So the way you will carry your baby girl as daddy the way you will fight when somebody touches her, know that she's your firstborn baby girl. The way you will protect your son, because he has the power to name you. Are you getting me?
Yes.
That is how you treat first your husband. So the level of forgiveness, the barrel of forgiveness that you have for a son is the barrel of forgiveness you must have for your husband.
That's deep.
Because he has not stopped breastfeeding. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Have you stopped breastfeeding?
No.
So you are still a baby boy, despite the gray, the beard, and everything.
All right.
When you behave at home, as you walk around, I'm the man. Mommy is always laughing at me when I'm doing. Look, I'm the head of this family. She looks at me. Do you know how you look when you come for breast? No, think again.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course.
I'm the man and your masculine voice, then there you are. And it doesn't matter if you are taller than her. To get access to the breast,
You must kneel.
she's above you. No, don't let me talk about the mystery of the power of the woman.
Oh, yeah.
I think another time we'll talk about it. If women will know the power they have, they will know how fragile their husbands are. And if you discover the power you have, then you should know that you are not the only person with that kind of power. There are other women who also have the same power. So your duty is to protect your husband with love. And that love is when you get to that telepathic point. We import little things and we teach people, oh, do this, do that, do this. Meanwhile, we ourselves, we are not doing them because it is not easy to do. Listen, as a young people, when you are going to marry, ask whether he needs you. And ask him, where will you fit in his life the next 5 years? The next 10 years. Don't ask into next year. No. Afena mube planning to see what you have to do in the plan God has given him to achieve. Because you are to help him meet. You are to help him meet. So all these things begins from home. Ntitiepano. And fear saw them.
Pacho, Mommy,
Okay.
question
okay.
way. Young marriages are breaking up.
She looks...
Yeah, now she's fed.
Say me what guys to be on some person warranty. No matter what guys Papa say. Do you need
Do
me?
you fit in my plan?
You fit
5
in my
years?
plan.
So,
Listen, don't court with a man after 3 months who has never met your family.
thank you. Okay.
Okay.
So let's look at young
3
marriages.
months.
3 months.
He doesn't want to marry you.
Okay. On that note, he doesn't want to marry you. We
Mami,
have
be
to. We have
self-esteem,
to.
Pacho.
Say.
Okay.
Marriages that are failing, young marriages that are failing. Let's talk about endurance. How should they endure the tribulations that they're going through?
You don't endure whilst you are holding on to the offense.
Why are you looking at me like have I offended you in any way?
If you bring the word endurance,
Yeah.
you make room for the repetition of that thing that caused you pain. So why not say forgiveness?
Okay.
And then let's go.
So
Alex, forgive.
don't use the word endure. Endure. Come on. And when I was a recruit, we called endurance when we wake up in the morning to go for
Walk.
jogging.
Endurance walking.
So it keeps repeating. But when you forgive, you heal, and you shut the gates for a repetition.
Okay.
So don't use the word endure. Marriage is not to be endured, it's to be enjoyed.
Okay, so
Sometimes you don't even have the appetite to mount.
Alex, did you hear that?
Yeah, they heard
Okay,
that.
good. It's for you. So
It's for you too.
Your time will come.
I know when you come with the power of the woman, I'll be here. I'll be here for that one, and maybe I'll get some small apple, and then I'll take it into the world.
God said, I'm taking you to a land that flows with milk
And
Amen.
honey.
and honey. What is the milk? What does the milk stand for? What does the honey stand for? It's been a while you left your mommy. I'm taking you back to mommy.
Okay, you know, I got teary when some guy see me where he say, "Okay, Papa, dear."
Don't worry, I'm listening.
I was saying,
So Papa will know what they say to his
Papa
daughter.
will buy the poodle, so you see. So I'm not going to say it anyway. It's about. I hope that watching one or two things. If you
this
have,
is beautiful.
if you want to learn more, then you know where to find a Reverend Lamptey, because he will tell you more about it. Probably get you married in less than 3 months. And then tell that guy that is me kwa me ba. You know, people.
7 years.
You know, 7 years. Papa, I ain't be here 4 years. Me person my catch, I'm why disappointed in me. But it's obia. Everybody has a story. You understand? So Alex, come on. Who say why be 6 years? Men yet like good. This ain't I am a person me
They
Alex.
go like, oh, we knew each other for 5 years. For 6 years. So put together.
I'm thinking about it. So what about 7 years?
Why be 6 years? So catch them last no kind. So you know, let's just put it this way. There's
The
so
two
many
of you,
things.
I'll think of what to do.
There's so many things that goes on. I know, say, and then Papa said, say, it be a peer pressure. Oh, I saw them watch bouquet ache. They be a to flowers and ache. And so boni a wire na a trout, a wire na a trout. Secondly, maybe there's peer pressure from home. Your mom wants you to move, and I won't worry. And I'm fair phone now worry. It's also one thing. Probably won't sort you on. Sorry, I walk on. They be a elder fraud. They be a dicking fraud. No more. Yenti won't worry. And ya be maybe waha or no worry. A bear fine. Won't worry. A bear no so. You are trying to get married also. What's your personally, you feel say menyini e was say me worry menyini I'm growing and also so you want to get married. There's so many factors. Obi onom cross a come de me nko bills I cannot pay, my rent, my this, my that, intino, and also it's pushing you to want to get married because you feel that when you get married you get a man to pay your bills. When you get married you get a woman to feed you. You get a woman to be paying your bills for you and buying you chocolate and whatever it is. There are so many things that are making people want to get into marriage. But Reverend Lamptey Semen Kancho said that's not the basis of marriage, okay? There has to be a need. And when that need is fulfilled, then that telepathy and that love grows into it, where you can actually, from
Think
English,
alike.
think alike, and then you be in sync with each other. You say, you know, then you complete each other's sentences or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, that is when, you know, say you day on a right track where you people can forgive each other, can fight, but they are all spices of life. All right, so the next time Reverend Lamptey is here, probably we'll go and talk about the women, which Alex will like, because he likes talking about people and not himself. So Alex will like that conversation. Thank you so much. You know, thank you so much. And I'm really loving, you know, mommy with Reverend Lamptey. I'll say you are not my type. That's one thing I'm going to be saying to somebody very soon. You're not my type, okay? So
I've never stopped telling her. I will never forget that statement.
you know, so
for
thank
real.
you guys.
Wow.
Alex, back with something catch so chill. And my name is Baby Dapper. Thank you to Real Board Boutique, opposite Kwashiman Palace, and I say Kwashiman School Junction. The number is 0244993430. They are on social media. You get onto social media. Delivery service is working. You can get the right clothes that you want to get for any occasion. Okay. I miss you, Cassandra and Alex.
All right, Rev. And that's Thank you so much. With that said.